Hey guys, so it's been a minute since I've been on here. I've been super active on some of the other social media platforms, but not so much YouTube. But I wanted to come on here and give you guys an update. So we got married. We decided to do some landscape stuff. We decided to take out all the lawn area, and we were gonna do this like nice long flower bed with like a center area and a fire pit, and it was gonna be really pretty. And then I changed my mind and decided that I wanted to try my hand at flower farming. So I went in at this. I had about $1,000 to throw at this project. I had no clue really where to start, what I was doing, what I needed to do, but I needed to do this cheap, without a greenhouse, without a grow room, without all kinds of stuff. So I kind of made a list of all of the things that I thought that I would need, and then I made a second list of the things that I definitely did need. I wanted to talk to you guys about pretty much starting this flower farm, what it's cost me so far, and I haven't even put one plant in the ground. I don't know how profitable this will be. I think it's going to be more of a hobby, keeping me busy. We have the little plant stand in the driveway, and I was super happy with the plant stand that we had in the front yard, and I wanted to kind of extend that. Last year I probably gave away maybe 40 bouquets of flowers from our own yard, and it was all things that we just cut from the landscape that we already had. I pretty much every week or every 2 weeks would drop off flower bouquets to all of the neighbors. I would bring some to friends and just give a bunch of them away. It was a lot of fun to do, and I just felt the urge to do this even more. Decided to do all this research. I kind of decided this the end of October, so it was too late to start growing anything then last year. And so I spent from October up until now, so January, researching, figuring everything else that I need, all the ins and outs. I've watched so many videos. I've watched Flower Hill Farm. I've watched Two Sisters Farm. I've watched all these different growers of flower farms. I've watched some of the floret stuff. I haven't taken any of the courses, but I've just watched any free videos that all of these people had. So let's just jump into my cost so far of what I've spent before even getting a plant in the ground. So a lot of these are, I only have to buy them once, or I only have to buy them every couple of years cost. So first year is definitely going to be more expensive, and you don't need all of this to it. This is just kind of the way that I decided to do it. Before I did anything with the flower farm, I started ordering flower seeds and deciding what I wanted to grow in the garden. This year I'll be growing a ton of zinnias. I've only grown them a few times, and the few that I grew took off like a shot, and I just kind of ignored them, and they had a ton of flowers up until the end of November. And so that one I'm really excited to grow. I'm growing a bunch more dahlias this year. I have a huge order of dahlias coming in from Swan Island. I ordered zinnia seeds, Cosmo seeds, and a bunch of other things. First thing I did was ordered from Rare Seeds, Baker Creek, and I spent $41.11 at Baker Creek. Then after that, I kind of got sucked into the Floret Flower Farm. I got sucked into buying some of her seeds. They were beautiful. I've always appreciated her. And I spent $53.35. So I'm at just under $100 so far just on seeds. And that was not my whole seed order yet. Then I went to Johnny Seed, and I got a ton of seeds from them. And I spent $108.16 at Johnny Seed. It was kind of a big order, but worth it. You get more seeds for the price of packet. There's nothing really fancy. Let me show you. There's nothing too fancy about their seed packets. They're pretty blank, but if you know what you're doing, it's a great resource. As long as you know what red spike amaranth looks like and you don't need a picture, you're good. You get more seeds for what you order from them. So far I'm at $202.62, and I haven't even put a plant in the ground yet. After I got all of my seeds in, this is what I did. I measured out the area that I have. I'm going to be able to have 5 beds that are 4 feet by 12 feet long on each side of the area. I have a 27 by 30 foot area to grow, and then I'll have 3-foot walkways in between each bed and one going right down the middle. So you can see what I'm growing, what I plan to be growing. As the sweet peas fade, I'll replace them with something else. But my biggest thing that I want to grow is Cosmo, zinnias, dahlias, and sunflowers. And then I have a couple beds where we did our vegetables last year that I'll be growing a ton of filler plants. Next thing that I did was I ordered some dahlias. So I ordered tubers from Swan Island. They haven't shown up yet. They won't be here for another 2 months. And I spent $130.13. So this is one of the items that I bought that I won't have to buy again unless I want to add different varieties or more of a certain variety to my garden patch. So now, just with seeds and the dahlia tubers, I'm at $332.75 with nothing in the ground yet. Next step was I needed to figure out my ground cover and my drip irrigation. Ground cover is not required, but it'll definitely help a lot. It's gonna keep the weeds down. I don't have time to weed all day long. This is not my job. This is just a hobby. I want to spend most of my time dealing with the flowers, not dealing with the weeds. I bought my ground cover from Amazon. I bought the DeWitt 4 feet by 250 feet number 5 Pro. I bought 2 packs of the ground cover, and this is like a 10-year life on this. So this is a once every 10 year I need to buy this stuff again. And I definitely overbought. I wasn't quite sure the space that I needed, and I had no clue what 250 feet was gonna look like in the garden bed. I definitely only need one of them. So for the 2, I spent $263.84. Next, I ordered drip irrigation because I don't want to have to water this by hand, and I'm not going to do it overhead watering. That way I can get it right concentrated at the plant. They'll do the best. So I ordered drip tape from Drip Depot, and I ordered all the connectors that I think I need. I'm sure I'll have to end up going to Home Depot to pick up a few extra, but what I ended up spending was $203.88. I forgot that I also ordered some more dahlias. I have 2 12-foot beds for dahlias specifically, and I ordered more from Longfield Garden, and I spent $65.86. After that, I needed to get some seed starting trays, and I wanted to go with some higher quality ones. These aren't like super flimsy. These are really sturdy ones. I actually did a video over on TikTok where I took these trays. These are the trays. These are from Bootstrap Farmer, and I'm in love with them. They're so strong. They're not going to crush down or anything. These are like a once-in-a-lifetime purchase. You don't purchase seed trays year after year. I was tired of doing that. I started a ton of seeds before doing this, and I wanted something that was more permanent. I ordered 10 of the 72 cell count plugs and then 10 of their watering trays to go along with it. That was $169.43. Worth it. I will be ordering more. So after that, I needed these wire shelves. I got 2 of them. First I bought the small one, and it was way too small. So I'm not even counting it because I'm not even going to use it for seed starting. I'm going to end up buying 2 of these bigger ones. These are the 6-foot wire shelvings from Lowe's. That's where I found them the cheapest. I got them when they were also on sale, and that was $92 for the shelf. And then after that, I needed the grow lights. That's what's going to make it so that I can start all my seedlings super early. They're already going. It's the beginning of January. And on grow lights, the best place that I found them was Amazon. They're LED lights. I have them linked in my Amazon storefront in the description down below. And those were $96.50. I bought 2 6-packs. That's enough to do 3 lights per shelf. So I have the very bottom one. I have it down lower so that way there's less light being spread out. And that's where I start my seedlings. And then once they start to grow, I just move them up to one of the shelves that has more space in between. I actually have a bunch of my houseplants right there, and then some coleus that I propagated. So that puts my grand total so far at $1,224.26. There are definitely ways that you can do this cheaper. This is just the way that I've chosen to go. I didn't have to spend that much on seeds. I did not have to buy the ground cover. I didn't have to buy all the dahlias. I could have done things very different. But also I figured that a lot of this is a one-time purchase for many years to come. So now that I have everything in, the next thing that I did was I printed out a calendar. I didn't pay for it. I just printed it off of Google. It's a full year, and I tacked it to the wall. Then I went through and I found last frost date and my first frost date. And then I read on the back of each packet to find out when I need to start each of these seeds to get the best results. So a lot of these you want to start indoors 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 12 weeks before your last frost. That way, when your last frost hits, you have something to go put in the ground immediately instead of waiting 12 more weeks after your last frost for blooms to start growing. That is where I'm at right now. I know that there's going to be some additional cost. I need things like rubber bands for the flower bouquets. I'm probably not going to do them the way that I've been doing them the last year, which I would deliver them to the neighbors in vases. I have a whole cabinet full of vases that I got from friends, family, the Goodwill, all those places, super cheap or free. And then they would just bring them back to me. But if I'm going to be selling them, they're just going to be in rubber bands in buckets, and people can pick up as they choose to pick up. So I need to buy rubber bands, and then I also need to buy some T-post. I need to buy some hog panels because I have sweet peas and a few other vining crops that I need to grow, and they'll need some support. And then I also need some type of trellising system for things like my lisianthus, things that want to flop, that are a little top heavy. So they'll also need some support. So I'm figuring that I probably have another $400, maybe $500 to spend in this project. So it'll probably be a little less than $2,000 to start this entire project. I'm hoping that first year I can at least break even. And then, like I said, next year it'll be an even smaller cost. So if I take out the cost of everything that I won't have to buy again next year, if I don't buy seeds next year, or if I buy absolutely nothing, because I still have a ton of seeds left from what I'll be starting this year, and I'm also planning on saving seeds. That's what I did with my lisianthus. I didn't buy any lisianthus this year, and I have a ton already started. So next year, my cost to start should be about $372.03. That'll buy me the extra seeds that I need, maybe a few more dahlias, random little things that I'll need here and there, more rubber bands, yada, 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 all that extra stuff. So it's kind of a huge jump from $2,000 down to a little under $400. So first year definitely sucks. I'm going to work hard to try to make all that money back selling these flower bouquets. So yeah, this is what it's cost me so far to start this flower farm, and I have nothing in the ground. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.